Hello and welcome to this video on trial and improvement. Now I'm going to get started by jumping right into an exam question. Now this question is about the equation x cubed plus x equals 37. Now the solution to this isn't a whole number, it is a value between 3 and 4. Now, very importantly, it tells us that it wants us to use trial improvement to find this correct to one decimal place. That is very important. It only wants it to one decimal place. What is also incredibly important, and it's so important it's here in capitals, is that you must show all your working out. Okay? There are 4 marks for this question, and every single one of those marks are for your working out. If you don't show your working out, you're not going to get any marks at all. Now to help me out with this question, I'm going to draw myself a grid. Now this grid is for my guess, this value of x that I think it could be, what solution I get out, so what x cubed plus x is, and then this third column here is for my judgment. Now, I know this value is somewhere between 3 and 4, so I'm going to start somewhere in between, might as well be 3.5. So if I put 3.5 cubed plus 3.5 into my calculator, the answer I get out is 46.375. Now this number is obviously too high. Okay, 46.375 is higher than 37. I'm looking for 37. So I'm going to have to try something lower. Okay, so why not 3.3? Now, if I put 3.3 into my calculator, I'll get 39.237, and that is again, that is too high. Now, I've already got 2 marks for this question. I've got 1 mark for trying a number that's between 3 and 4, and I got a second mark for improving my guess. So 3.5 was too high, so I tried a smaller number that was improving my guess. The third mark I get is for sandwiching it between 2 numbers that have 1 decimal place. So if I try 3.2 and I put 3.2 cubed plus 3.2 into my calculator, what I get is 35.968. Now 35.968, that is too small. So I've now sandwiched my answer between 3.3 and 3.2. Now, lots of people don't get the 4th mark on this question because they would just look to see what answer is it closest to. Now, that's technically not the best way to do this. What you need to do is once you've sandwiched it between 2 values, you need to go halfway in between. So you need to do 3.25. If I do 3.25 and I put that into my calculator, I would get out 37.578125, and that is too high. So, what that tells me is that 3.25 is too big a number, 3.2 is too small a number, so my solution is somewhere in this region. I don't know exactly what it is, but I know it's somewhere in this region. Now, whatever that number is, if I was to round it to 1 decimal place, I get 3.2. So x equals 3.2 to 1 decimal place. It is not good enough to just say which one it is closest to. I have to see what is going to round to. So it's definitely going to round to 3.2. Now the 4 marks for this are very important, so I'm just going to go through those again. I got 1 mark for doing a guess between 3 and 4. I got 1 mark for improving my guess, so I went down to 3.3. I get my 3rd mark for sandwiching it between 2 numbers that have 1 decimal place, so between 3.2 and 3.3, and I got my 4th mark for that number in between these 2, so halfway between them, 3.25. If you do not have this working out, you are not going to get those 4 marks. So now hopefully from now on you should get all 4 of them for every question.